Okay, this next part is pretty simple. You got the wall anchor, the arrow, and the washer. Now all you really got to do is take the wall anchor, put it through the washer, okay, and different arrows have different depths for their arrowhead. So what you want to do is you want to take your wall anchor, stick it in there, and test like how deep it'll go in, and then you'll have to adjust the length of the wall anchor. Now for my arrows, they tend to be about 1.5 notches deep. Now when I say 1.5 notches, these little wall anchors, they have notches there, and there to keep it from falling out of the wall. Now I've pre-cut one already to about 1.5 notches, so you got 1 notch and then just a little bit extra to put into the hole. So I'll go ahead and put the pre-cut one through this washer, okay? Now make sure you have it all the way as deep in as you can so it's pretty flat, okay? Now you want to take your hot glue gun and put some hot glue into the hole. Now you don't want to squeeze the hot glue gun all the way because it'll ooze all the way into your arrow and it'll make it heavier, it'll make it dip when you shoot, and it's overall bad. So just give it a little bit. That should be plenty. And then, oops. Next, take the wall anchor and washer and put it into the arrowhead. Now this part's a little tricky. Sometimes if you have bad quality wall anchors, they won't go all the way in. And actually, I was afraid this was going to happen, but if your hot glue gun is plugged into like an extension cord and not directly into the outlet, it does tend to lose some of the power, so it doesn't generate as much heat as it should. In that case, when the hot glue touches the cold arrow, the glue freaking immediately goes and solidifies, so you'll have to go and pick some of that back out. Okay, so back to that problem. There was a simple way to fix it that I didn't really say. This doesn't really work well with carbon arrows because it does tend to just melt it, and that's a waste of an arrow. But this one's like, I don't know what the definition of carbon alloy is, but I tried it and it does work. You want to just get a lighter, just heat up the tip. Now you don't want to hold it in one area too long, because it'll weaken it. I mean, it doesn't really matter since it's over such a small area, but you know, just to be safe. Now you want to be careful with your hands too, because this does transfer heat, obviously. So after you warm that up a good deal, same thing as before, just a little bit of hot glue gun right at the tip, wall anchor and washer, and it should fit right in this time. And you might have to push it down like against solid table or the ground or something. Burn myself a little bit there. I'm alright. Thanks for asking. Oop. So it looked like this in the end. Now just take a little bit more of the hot glue, just put it over the tip, on top of the wall anchor, and around where the wall anchor meets the washer, like that kind of. And then in the back here, you just want to get that nice and glued. It doesn't have to be pretty because all this is going to be under foam anyway. As long as it holds together, that's the main point here. If this doesn't hold together, that's a big no-no. So after you glue the back, you know, that's plenty. It'll take about maybe, I'd give it about 10 minutes to dry and cool. So you just set that aside.